Alex Jang needs to learn the 3 sorting algorithms for computer science class: the bubble sort, the insertion sort, and the selection sort. Unfortunately, his test is next period and he hasn't studied at all. Let's see if we can help him, starting with the bubble sort. In the bubble sort, first we take a look at the first 2 elements of the set. If the first element is greater than the second, if 2 is greater than 1, which it is, we'll swap them and move on to the next 2. Once again, we take a look at these 2 elements, and if the first one is greater than the second one, 2 and 8, it's not. So we're going to keep them the way they are. And we repeat the process for the entire list. 8 is greater than 3. 8 is greater than 7. 8 is greater than 6. But 8 is not greater than 9. So we'll stop right here and leave them the way they are and move on to this one. 9 is greater than 4, so we'll switch these. Once we get to the end of the list, we go back to the beginning of the list and repeat the process. So 1 and 2 stay where they are, 2 and 5 stay where they are, 5 and 3 swap, 5 and 7 stay where they are, 7 and 6 swap, 7 and 8 stay, 8 and 4 swap, and 8 and 9 stay. Once again, the same thing through the list again until the entire list is sorted. So these stay, 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 and these swap. Start over. And now we have sorted the list.
Wait, why is it called the bubble sort again?
Well, Alex, it's called the bubble sort because during the bubble sort, the large numbers rise to the top of the list, just like bubbles in a can of soda or a glass of soda.
Oh, I get it. I really like soda.
Unfortunately, Alex still doesn't know anything about the other 2 sorts. In insertion sort, we compare each element to an already sorted sublist. We start out with a sorted sublist with simply the element 3, and 3 is just sorted because 3 is just the element itself. So now we consider the next element, 5, in relation to 3, and 5 is greater than 3, so it's already in its correct position. Now we go to the next element, which is 2, and 2 is less than 5, and 2 is also less than 3. So we insert 2 to the left of 3. So the next element is 6, and 6 is greater than 5, so 6 is already in its correct position. And similarly, 9 is also in its correct position. The next element is 4, and 4 is less than 9, less than 6, less than 5, but greater than 3. So we insert it between 5 and 3. Again, 8 is between 6 and 9, so we put 8 between those 2 elements. And 7 is between 6 and 8, so we put it here. And 1 is less than all of the elements in the already sorted sublist, so we put it at the very beginning of the list. And now the list is sorted.
Wow, thanks guys. Now I'm ready to ace my test.
Not quite. You still have to learn about the selection sort.
Similarly to the insertion sort, the selection sort also splits the list into sorted and unsorted sublists. We start out with an unsorted list, and the unsorted sublist is also the same as the unsorted list. We search it for the minimum. In this case, it's 1. When we find the minimum, we swap it with the leftmost element of the unsorted sublist, 7. Now, this becomes the unsorted sublist, and this is sorted already. And we repeat this process again. So in this case, the minimum element in the unsorted sublist is 2, and we swap it with the leftmost element. So now this becomes sorted, and this is unsorted. Again, we swap the minimum element 3 with the leftmost element 6. Here, 4 is the minimum, and it's also the leftmost, so we don't need to do anything. And this is sorted. Here, 5 is the minimum, so we swap it with the leftmost, which is 7. Here, we swap 7 and 6, because 6 is the minimum, and 7 is the leftmost. We swap 7 and 8, and we don't need to do anything anymore since this is already sorted. So now the list is sorted.
Great, now I have everything I need to take my test. Wait, name? What's that? We never learned that in school. Maybe I can use a sorting method to help me figure out what name is. What should I do now?